If you or your loved one is living with diabetes, then this could be one of the most helpful videos you have ever watched. Did you know that just one bowl of white rice a day can cause your blood sugar to spike just like eating a candy bar? So what would happen if you have been eating the wrong kind of rice for many years without realizing it? But do not worry. In this video, I will share with you 5 wonderful rice alternatives that nutrition experts around the world recommend. These alternatives not only help stabilize blood sugar, but also support weight control, digestion, and daily energy. Please stay with me until the end of this video to explore each type in a detailed, easy to understand, and very practical way. Do not forget to follow and share this video if you find the information useful, because sometimes just a small change can bring about a major turning point in your health. Let us begin with a food that is often called the soft gold in the world of diabetic diets. Have you ever heard of quinoa? You may have seen these tiny grain-like seeds on supermarket shelves or in foreign recipes, but did you know that quinoa is actually one of the best grains for controlling blood sugar that we can add to our daily meals? Unlike white rice, which mostly contains simple starch, quinoa provides a special combination of complex carbohydrates, fiber, protein, and minerals. 1 cup of cooked quinoa contains about 22 grams of carbohydrates, of which 5 grams are fiber and 8 grams are protein. These 2 components act like natural brakes that slow down the digestion and absorption of sugar, helping to reduce blood sugar spikes after meals. Compared to white rice with a glycemic index, GI, of around 73, quinoa has a GI of about 53, which puts it in the low to medium category. A low glycemic index means that glucose is released into the bloodstream more slowly, so the pancreas does not have to work overtime to produce insulin. For people with type 2 diabetes, this is a key factor in stabilizing blood sugar and lowering the risk of complications. Besides fiber and protein, quinoa is also a rich source of essential minerals. In 1 cup of quinoa, you get about 30% of your daily magnesium needs. Magnesium is involved in over 300 biological reactions in the body, especially in improving insulin sensitivity. Magnesium deficiency is common in people with diabetes, and increasing intake through food can greatly enhance insulin function. On top of that, quinoa contains potassium, an important electrolyte that helps regulate blood pressure and support heart health. This is often overlooked, even though people with diabetes are at higher risk of high blood pressure and cardiovascular issues. Quinoa is also packed with antioxidants, especially flavonoids like quercetin and camphorol. These compounds help fight chronic inflammation and oxidative stress, which are key factors behind damage to blood vessels, nerves, and kidneys in diabetes patients. Another highlight of quinoa is that it is one of the few plant-based foods that contains all 9 essential amino acids that the body cannot produce on its own. This makes quinoa a complete protein source, comparable to meat and fish, and ideal for vegetarians or those who want to reduce animal protein intake. Protein is not only important for maintaining muscle mass, but also helps prolong satiety, which is crucial in weight control, a core part of diabetes management. So the question is, how can you add quinoa into your meals in a simple and tasty way? The good news is quinoa is very versatile. You can use it instead of rice in traditional dishes, cook it into soups, make salads, or even use it as a breakfast porridge. Try cooking quinoa with almond milk and cinnamon in the morning. This dish is not only warm and aromatic, but also low in glycemic index and rich in nutrients. For lunch, try bell peppers stuffed with quinoa and roasted vegetables. This will keep you full longer, energized, and still help you manage carbs. For dinner, use quinoa instead of white rice and pair it with steamed fish, boiled vegetables, and a bit of extra virgin olive oil. When cooking quinoa, remember to rinse it thoroughly first to remove the saponin layer, a natural compound that can be bitter and cause indigestion if eaten in large amounts. The right cooking ratio is 2 parts water to 1 part quinoa. Bring to a boil and then simmer for about 15 minutes until the seeds expand and soften. Although quinoa is very good, you still need to remember one thing. Quinoa is still a carbohydrate. If you eat too much in one meal, your blood sugar can still rise. So a reasonable portion is about 1/2 cup of cooked quinoa per meal. Be sure to combine it with non-starchy vegetables, healthy proteins like fish or chicken, and a bit of good fats like avocado or olive oil for a complete meal. A study published in the Journal of Medicinal Food found that when people with diabetes replaced white rice with quinoa in their meals, both post-meal blood sugar and insulin response improved significantly. This is a very positive signal, showing that small changes in your meal plan can lead to major improvements in managing diabetes. However, like other superfoods, quinoa is not without downsides. First, quinoa tends to be more expensive than other grains. If you are on a tight budget, consider rotating quinoa with other low-glycemic grains such as whole oats, barley, or freekeh. Second, some people may be sensitive to saponin. If not rinsed well before cooking, it can cause mild bloating or indigestion. Another interesting point is that quinoa is naturally gluten-free, making it suitable for people with celiac disease or gluten intolerance. With its mild taste and soft texture, quinoa pairs well with various cooking styles from Asian to European. In South American cultures like Peru and Bolivia, quinoa has been used for thousands of years as a staple food and is seen as a symbol of longevity and strength. If you are still unsure where to start, try replacing rice with quinoa in one main meal a week. Begin with small changes, like making a quinoa salad with cucumber, cherry tomatoes, cilantro, and lemon. After a few weeks, you will feel the difference. Longer-lasting fullness, more stable blood sugar, and less fatigue after meals. Have you ever tried quinoa? How do you find its flavor? Share your experience in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. And if you found this information helpful, do not forget to hit like and subscribe so you do not miss upcoming content about the best diets for people with diabetes. If quinoa is considered the super grain of the Andes, then freekeh is the traditional gem of the Middle East. And the amazing thing is, it might be exactly what you need to improve your blood sugar levels. Freekeh is made from young green wheat that is harvested early, then roasted and cracked into small pieces. Thanks to this special preparation process, freekeh retains many valuable nutrients that people with diabetes truly need. Did you know that 1 cup of cooked freekeh contains up to 8 grams of fiber and 8 grams of protein? That is an impressive number, especially when compared to white rice, which has almost no fiber and very little protein. It is this high fiber content that makes freekeh ideal for slowing down sugar absorption and stabilizing blood sugar after meals. The glycemic index, GI, of freekeh is only around 43, much lower than white or even brown rice. And if you care about glycemic load, which is the real-world effect on blood sugar per portion, then freekeh also ranks low. But what makes freekeh truly special is not just the numbers. Its structure contains insoluble fiber and resistant starch, which act as the secret weapons. Resistant starch is a type of carbohydrate that is not fully digested in the small intestine, but travels to the colon where it feeds beneficial bacteria. This not only supports digestion, but also improves insulin sensitivity and reduces inflammation. For people with diabetes, a healthy gut microbiome is a key foundation for stable and lasting blood sugar control. Besides fiber, freekeh is also a great plant-based protein source. The protein in freekeh helps slow digestion, prolong satiety, and reduce sugar cravings, one of the biggest challenges for people with diabetes. When you consume enough protein, your body does not produce excess insulin and is less likely to store extra fat. That is not all. Freekeh provides a significant amount of important minerals. 1 cup of freekeh contains about 120 milligrams of magnesium, equivalent to 30% of your daily needs. Magnesium helps transport glucose into cells, soothes the nervous system, and regulates blood pressure. Additionally, freekeh contains zinc, a powerful antioxidant that helps heal tissues, boost immunity, and protect blood vessels from high blood sugar damage. Another big advantage of freekeh is its anti-inflammatory nature. Natural plant compounds in freekeh, such as beta-glucan and lignans, have been shown to reduce markers of chronic inflammation, a major contributor to complications in the heart, kidneys, and nervous system in diabetes patients. So is freekeh easy to use in daily meals? The answer is yes. Freekeh comes in 2 main forms, whole grain and cracked. The whole version is chewier and requires longer cooking, perfect for soups, stews, or Middle Eastern-style rice balls. Cracked freekeh cooks faster and is convenient for salads or mixed rice dishes. When preparing freekeh, you should rinse it well first to remove dust and any preservatives. Then cook it with water or broth using a ratio of 2 parts liquid to 1 part freekeh. Bring to a boil and simmer on low heat for about 20 to 25 minutes. The result is a batch of tender, toasty, scented freekeh. Freekeh can replace rice in familiar dishes. A simple way is to make a freekeh salad with roasted vegetables like pumpkin, eggplant, and onion, topped with lemon tahini dressing and a sprinkle of cashews. This dish is not only colorful and delicious, but it also helps maintain steady blood sugar after meals. You can also try stuffed bell peppers with frike lentil soup, or frike stir-fried with veggies and salmon. And if you are a busy person, frike is the perfect partner for meal prep. After cooking, you can divide it into portions, store it in the fridge, and simply reheat for a quick, nutritious meal. However, like other grains, frike is not suitable for everyone. Since it is made from wheat, frike contains gluten. So if you have celiac disease or gluten sensitivity, it is best to avoid it. Also, although frike has a low GI, it still contains carbohydrates. Therefore, you need to control your portion. About a half a cup per meal is ideal for people with diabetes. Eating too much at once may still raise blood sugar, especially if paired with high GI foods. A study published in the International Journal of Food Sciences and Nutrition found that adding frike to a daily diet helped improve post-meal blood sugar, enhance insulin sensitivity, and support weight loss in people with type 2 diabetes. This reinforces frike's value as a truly helpful food for natural blood sugar control. In comparison, frike has a lower GI than quinoa, oats, or barley. If quinoa scores points for its complete protein, then frike stands out with its high fiber and significant resistant starch. Both are excellent, and rotating them will bring variety and balance to your meal plan. Frike has a lightly toasted, nutty flavor that feels satisfying without being overwhelming. It has been used in traditional Middle Eastern dishes for centuries, often in soups, pilafs, or herb-based salads. Today, frike is becoming more common in modern kitchens, especially in Western countries following clean eating and blood sugar control trends. You can start with small changes. For example, replace white rice in your weekly vegetable soup with frike, or cook a batch of frike for your lunchbox. Mix with chickpeas, greens, a spoon of olive oil, and lemon juice. With just 1 or 2 meals a week, you will feel the difference. More stable post-meal blood sugar, less drowsiness, and especially a longer-lasting sense of fullness without heaviness. Have you ever tried frike? Do you prefer the whole grain or cracked version? Which dish would you like to try first? Please share in the comments below. And if you find this information helpful, do not forget to hit like and subscribe so you will not miss the next section, where we will explore a very common whole grain with surprising benefits for people with diabetes. If you are looking for a grain that helps manage blood sugar while still offering a rich and satisfying flavor, you will definitely want to get acquainted with farro. This is an ancient type of wheat that once served as a staple food of the Romans, and even today, farro maintains excellent nutritional value for health, especially for people with diabetes. Farro is actually a general name for 3 ancient wheat varieties: einkorn, emmer, and spelt. Among them, emmer is the most common and is widely used in Mediterranean dishes. Unlike white rice, which has had its bran and germ removed, farro retains all 3 parts of the grain: the bran, endosperm, and germ, preserving most of the fiber, minerals, and antioxidants. A serving of about 1 cup, 170 grams of cooked farro provides around 5 to 6 grams of fiber and 6 to 7 grams of protein. This is an ideal ratio to help slow down sugar absorption and stabilize post-meal blood glucose. With a glycemic index, GI, ranging from 40 to 45 and a low glycemic load, GL, farro becomes a reliable choice to prevent blood glucose spikes. This is especially important for those who struggle with blood sugar regulation after meals or often experience fatigue, dizziness, or drowsiness after eating rice. The fiber in farro not only slows glucose absorption but also nourishes the gut microbiota. Farro contains a notable amount of resistant starch, a type of carbohydrate that is not digested in the small intestine but moves down to the colon to feed beneficial bacteria. These bacteria help reduce inflammation, improve insulin sensitivity, and support metabolism. For people with diabetes, maintaining a healthy gut microbiome can significantly improve blood sugar regulation and overall immune strength. Farro is also a rich source of magnesium, an essential mineral often deficient in people with diabetes. On average, 1 cup of cooked farro provides around 60 to 70 milligrams of magnesium, which is about 20% of the daily requirement. Magnesium helps improve insulin sensitivity, regulate blood pressure, relax blood vessels, and support the nervous system. In addition, farro contains zinc, iron, vitamin B3, niacin, and natural antioxidants that reduce oxidative stress, a key factor in vascular complications in people with diabetes. The flavor of farro is another major plus. It has a mild, nutty taste and a chewy texture, making it perfect for hearty meals. That is why farro is often used in warm salads, Mediterranean-style rice dishes, or added to soups to enhance both flavor and nutrition. One unique feature of farro is that you can cook it once and store it in the fridge for 4 to 5 days without it becoming mushy or losing its aroma. When shopping for farro, you will find three main types: whole, semi-pearled, and pearled. Whole farro contains the most fiber but takes the longest to cook, around 35 to 45 minutes. Semi-pearled takes about 25 to 30 minutes, and pearled cooks the fastest, just 15 to 20 minutes, though it contains the least fiber. For people with diabetes, it is best to choose whole or semi-pearled farro to better manage blood sugar. Farro is very easy to prepare. Before cooking, soak it in water for about 30 minutes to help the grains expand more evenly, then rinse thoroughly. Use a ratio of 2 parts water to 1 part farro, bring to a boil, reduce the heat and cover until the grains are tender. You can cook it with vegetable broth to enhance the flavor or use farro as a rice substitute in your daily meals. For example, try making a Mediterranean farro salad with cherry tomatoes, cucumbers, parsley, red onions, a bit of feta cheese, and lemon juice. Or pair farro with sautéed mushrooms, grilled chicken breast, and roasted vegetables for a high-protein, low-carb, and fiber-rich dinner. If you prefer vegetarian meals, a stew of farro with lentils, vegetables, turmeric, and dill will be a perfect choice. Hearty, heart-healthy, and great for digestion. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that people who included whole grains like farro in their diet had more stable blood sugar levels, improved insulin sensitivity, and reduced risk of cardiovascular disease, one of the serious complications commonly seen in people with diabetes. However, like frike, farro is a type of wheat and contains gluten. If you are allergic to gluten or have celiac disease, you should choose other gluten-free grains like quinoa or cauliflower rice. Also, since farro is still a carbohydrate, people with diabetes need to manage their portion sizes. The recommended amount is about 1/2 cup of cooked farro per meal. When paired with lean protein and non-starchy vegetables, you can enjoy a balanced meal that helps keep your blood sugar stable for hours. What is important is that you do not need to change every meal all at once. Start with small steps, such as replacing white rice with farro a few times per week. Keep track of how your body feels after eating. Do you feel fuller longer? Is your blood sugar more stable? If you notice positive changes, continue incorporating farro into your weekly meal routine. In your journey toward better health, even the smallest adjustments can lead to big transformations. With farro, you are not only adding a delicious food to your diet, but also introducing a natural solution to help lower blood sugar, improve digestion, and support heart health. Have you ever tried farro? Which type is your favorite? Whole, semi-pearled, or quick cooking? Share your experience in the comments below. And if you found this information useful, do not forget to hit like and subscribe so you can follow along in the next part, where we will explore a very special kind of rice with a glycemic index close to 0 and virtually no starch, shirataki. While many people think that rice is a forbidden food for people with diabetes, there is one special type of rice that is creating a revolution in blood sugar-friendly diets. This rice does not come from grain, it is not a cereal, and it contains almost no starch. That is shirataki rice, a near-perfect choice for people with diabetes who want to manage their blood sugar levels without giving up the habit of eating rice. Shirataki rice is made from the root of the konjac plant, a traditional crop in Japan. The main ingredient of this rice is glucomannan, a very unique soluble fiber. Since glucomannan is not digested in the small intestine, shirataki rice contains almost no calories, no digestible starch, and most importantly, it does not cause a rise in blood sugar after eating. To give you a clear comparison, 1.5 cup serving of shirataki rice contains only about 5 to 10 calories and less than 1 gram of net carbohydrates. In contrast, regular white rice contains up to 200 calories and 45 grams of carbohydrates in the same amount. The difference is remarkable. This is why shirataki rice is considered a superfood by many nutrition experts for people with diabetes as well as those following a low-carb or ketogenic diet. But shirataki rice is not just about being low in calories. The glucomannan fiber in this rice has a wide range of scientifically proven benefits. When it enters the digestive system, glucomannan absorbs water and expands into a gel-like substance that slows down digestion and sugar absorption. This prevents glucose from being rapidly released into the blood, allowing the pancreas to work more gently and insulin levels to stay stable. Additionally, Glucomannan nourishes the gut's good bacteria and acts as a prebiotic, which supports digestive health and enhances insulin sensitivity. A study published in the Journal of Medicinal Food found that consuming glucomannan for 4 weeks significantly reduced fasting blood glucose levels, improved blood lipid profiles, and supported weight loss in people with type 2 diabetes. These results highlight that the power of shirataki rice lies not only in replacing carbs, but also in offering a promising nutritional tool. Beyond blood sugar control, shirataki rice helps prolong feelings of fullness thanks to its slowly digesting fiber. This is important because one common struggle for people with diabetes is feeling hungry soon after eating, which leads to snacking and blood sugar fluctuations. With shirataki rice, you can feel full longer without consuming unnecessary calories. Another big advantage is convenience. Shirataki rice is often sold in ready-to-use pouches that are pre-cooked and stored in water. To use, simply drain and rinse under running water to remove the konjac's natural smell. Then, stir-fry in a non-stick pan or heat in the microwave. It takes less than 5 minutes to prepare. This makes it extremely convenient for busy lifestyles. Shirataki rice has a mild flavor, which allows it to absorb seasonings, sauces, and sides very well. You can use it in vegetable stir-fries, pair it with grilled chicken or steamed salmon, or make it into fried rice with eggs, onions, and peas. You can even create low-carb sushi by replacing white rice with stir-fried shirataki rice mixed with rice vinegar and a touch of sesame oil. If you monitor your blood sugar daily, you will likely notice that after eating shirataki rice, your glucose levels remain stable. This is especially helpful if you tend to experience high blood sugar spikes after lunch or dinner. Instead of giving up your favorite rice dishes, you now have a smarter substitute. Still, there are a few things to keep in mind when using shirataki rice. First, because it is so low in calories and carbohydrates, eating it on its own may leave you feeling unsatisfied or low on energy. Therefore, it is best to pair it with protein sources like lean meats, fish, eggs, and non-starchy vegetables to make the meal more complete and sustainable. Second, for those not used to consuming a lot of soluble fiber, shirataki rice may cause mild bloating or gas in the beginning. This is a natural response as your body adjusts to the increase in prebiotics and usually goes away after a few days. The best approach is to start with a small portion, about 1/4 to 1/2 cup per day, and increase gradually if your body responds well. Third, the quality of shirataki rice on the market can vary. Some products are mixed with starch or regular rice for easier cooking and taste, but this may increase the glycemic index. Therefore, check the label and choose products made from 100% konjac or labeled no added starch to ensure blood sugar control. Shirataki rice is also a safe choice for people with celiac disease or gluten sensitivity because it is completely gluten-free. For those aiming to lose weight, it is an ideal solution since you can significantly reduce calorie intake while still feeling full and satisfied after meals. Culturally, shirataki rice is an essential part of traditional Japanese cuisine, where people are known for their long lifespans and low rates of chronic illness. Today, shirataki is gaining popularity worldwide, especially in low-carb, keto, and diabetic communities. This is not a coincidence. It is the result of an impressive combination of nutritional value and practicality. If you have never tried shirataki rice, start with a light meal during the week. For example, replace regular rice in your lunch fried rice with shirataki rice. Add an egg, vegetables, and a little low-sodium soy sauce. After 1 week, check your post-meal blood sugar. You may be surprised by how stable it becomes. Then, you can slowly integrate shirataki into other favorite dishes like curry, sushi, rice balls, or even soups. One thing is certain. You do not have to give up eating rice to manage diabetes. You just need to choose the right kind of rice. And shirataki rice is a perfect example that healthy eating does not mean giving things up, but making smart changes. Have you ever tried shirataki rice? Were you surprised by its near zero carbohydrate content? Share your experience with me in the comments below. And if you found this information useful, do not forget to hit like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next part, where we will explore a familiar, vegetable-based rice, delicious, anti-inflammatory, and with an ultra-low glycemic index, cauliflower rice. If you have ever heard that rice is the enemy of people with diabetes, then today I will introduce a type of rice that not only avoids raising blood sugar but also helps fight inflammation, provides antioxidants, and is especially familiar, that is cauliflower rice. Cauliflower rice is not a grain at all. It is made from white cauliflower florets, a cruciferous vegetable that is rich in nutrients and extremely low in starch. After cauliflower is chopped finely or grated, it resembles grains of rice and can be used to replace traditional rice in many dishes. While it is not actual rice, the benefits that cauliflower rice offers people with diabetes are very real and quite impressive. First, let us talk about its nutritional content. 1.5 cup serving of cooked cauliflower rice contains only about 20 to 25 calories and 5 grams of carbohydrates, about 1/10 of the carbs found in the same serving of white rice. Of those 5 grams, about 2 grams are fiber, which helps slow digestion and prevents sudden spikes in blood sugar after meals. Most importantly, the glycemic index of cauliflower rice is almost 0, meaning it causes no blood sugar rise when used properly and combined well in meals. From a scientific standpoint, cauliflower rice is not only low in sugar, but also brings many health benefits thanks to its valuable plant compounds, such as sulforaphane, indole-3-carbinol, and glucosinolates. These compounds have strong antioxidant properties that protect cells from oxidative stress, a major factor in nerve, heart, and kidney complications in people with diabetes. Sulforaphane is especially known for its ability to activate detoxifying enzymes in the liver, reduce inflammation, and boost immune function. In addition, cauliflower is an excellent source of essential vitamins, such as vitamin C, vitamin K, and folate. Vitamin C not only strengthens the immune system but also supports iron absorption, acts as an antioxidant, and promotes collagen production, essential for maintaining strong blood vessel walls. Vitamin K plays an important role in blood clotting and bone health, while folate supports red blood cell production and nerve function, which is especially important for older adults. With its high fiber and water content, cauliflower rice creates a lasting feeling of fullness, helping with weight control and preventing overeating, a common cause of blood sugar instability. When you eat fewer calories but still feel satisfied, your body does not need to produce excess insulin, which in turn helps keep blood sugar levels in check. Using cauliflower rice is also incredibly flexible. You can buy fresh or frozen cauliflower rice from supermarkets or make it at home by processing cauliflower florets in a food processor or grating them manually. Afterward, simply stir-fry with a bit of olive oil, garlic, and seasonings for a fragrant, colorful, and very healthy meal. Cauliflower rice can be used in many familiar dishes. You can replace white rice in fried rice, miso soup, sushi rolls, or serve it with curry, braised meat, or even soup. Another popular dish is cauliflower fried rice with eggs. Just stir-fry cauliflower rice with eggs, vegetables, and a bit of soy sauce for a tasty, low-carb, filling, and well-balanced meal. For people with diabetes, one of the most frustrating things is giving up beloved rice dishes. But with cauliflower rice, you do not have to sacrifice flavor. You can still enjoy your favorite meals without worrying about blood sugar spikes. And unlike some whole grain varieties, cauliflower rice contains no gluten, so it is safe for those with gluten allergies or intolerances. Another major benefit of cauliflower rice is its very short cooking time, just 3 to 5 minutes to stir-fry, retaining a light crunch and its natural aroma. This saves time for daily meals, especially for older adults who want a simpler diet without compromising nutritional quality. However, there are a few things to keep in mind when eating cauliflower rice. Because it is so low in calories and carbohydrates, eating it alone may not provide enough energy. The best approach is to combine it with lean proteins such as chicken breast, eggs, tofu, salmon, and non-starchy vegetables like spinach, zucchini, and broccoli. Add a bit of healthy fat from olive oil, avocado, or almonds to make the meal more complete and nutrient-rich. Some people new to cauliflower may experience mild bloating due to its high fiber content, but this usually fades as the body adjusts. If you are not used to eating a lot of cruciferous vegetables, start with a small portion, about 1.5 cup per day, then gradually increase. Your body will soon feel lighter, digest food better, and stay full longer without feeling heavy or bloated. Compared to whole grains like quinoa, farro, or brown rice, cauliflower rice clearly stands out for blood sugar control because it contains virtually no starch. While those grains have their own benefits, if you are in a phase where you need to reduce carbohydrates or are highly sensitive to sugar, then cauliflower rice is a smart solution. Cauliflower rice also has the advantage of being affordable and easy to find. You can buy it fresh at markets, in supermarkets, or buy pre-chopped frozen versions at health food stores. Whether fresh or frozen, as long as it is prepared correctly, the nutritional value remains the same. Culturally, cauliflower rice is not a new invention. It has been used in many Asian and Mediterranean cuisines for a long time. The only difference is that we now call it cauliflower rice and apply it widely in diabetic, low-carb, and anti-inflammatory meal plans. You can start by replacing 1 or 2 meals per week with cauliflower rice. If you notice positive effects, such as less fatigue after meals and more stable blood sugar, then continue and make it part of your regular diet. With its neutral taste and flexible texture, cauliflower rice will not make you feel deprived or bored. Have you tried cauliflower rice before? What dishes do you like to combine it with to keep your meals both tasty and healthy? Share your thoughts with me in the comments below. And if you found this information helpful, please hit like, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for the final section, where we will summarize the key points and guide you on how to start your smart rice replacement journey easily and effectively. Dear friend, if you are living with diabetes, choosing the right type of rice can do more than just satisfy your hunger. It can truly transform your health. Today, you have learned about 5 smart rice options that can help manage blood sugar effectively. From quinoa, rich in protein and fiber, to fricassee and farro that slow digestion and prolong fullness, then to shirataki rice with virtually no carbs, and finally cauliflower rice made from natural vegetables, extremely light and gentle on the body. You do not need to change everything in one day. Start by replacing just 1 white rice meal per week with one of these alternatives. Even a small but consistent change can help stabilize your blood sugar, reduce post-meal fatigue, and make you feel stronger from the inside out. If you found this video helpful, do not forget to click like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your loved ones. Leave a comment below to let me know which rice you will try first. I wish you good health and the power to manage your blood sugar well every day. I look forward to seeing you again in the next videos.